Hi guys, and welcome to another Bumf box special, and this time it's an epic USA versus UK candies and cereal special. I've rounded up the most interesting and best things I can do in a comparison basis, and I'm really excited about this one. There's a few things there I've never tried before, and the main one is Lucky Charms. They stopped selling these in the UK about 20 years ago, I think. That was the last time I've had them actually bought from this country. As you can sadly see, £6.50 bought from an import shop. However, I'm hoping it's going to be very worth it. Come on, Lucky, you best be. I think to start off with, let's go for an infamous Twinkie. These are supposed to be urban legend based, so they last forever. And if you believe Homer Simpson, stick it in a safe, give it 10 years, stick a straw in it, you've got alcohol. Hostess Twinkies, never tried before. I believe it's just a like golden sponge with a creamy filling that's been shot into its bottom 3 times. I think in America they deep fry these and stuff. Well, we deep fry basically everything in this country as well. But let's not split hairs. Well, on first examination, it looks highly preserved, so I can see why these myths do stand. Let's give it a try. Oh, wow. The cream tastes very synthetic. Doesn't actually taste like something you should be eating. It's more of like a texture. It's one of those things you eat and you go, you're trying to figure out what it tastes like. It doesn't really taste of anything. It's like a flavourless mousse. Sponge is nice enough. Not fancying the filling inside. That's not very nice. Well, that's the cake one for the US. Unsure about that one. For the UK, Jaffa Cakes. Now, these used to have a bit of an interesting story. Tax laws dictated for VAT and things. There was a biscuit and a cake differentiation in this country. And if it was a biscuit, I believe there was a much higher tax cost. So Jaffa Cakes actually had like a court case where they had to prove it was a sponge. And in a Jaffa Cake sponge, if you leave it to go out and it has, like, for example, a few days outside, the sponge goes stale. And with a biscuit, when that goes stale, it goes soft. And that's how they based their case, and that's how they won. And we see the little circular sponge disc. Underneath here, we've got a little disc of orange jelly, and it's like a darker milk chocolate on top. These are very Mullerish. They're very high in sugars, but it's like a fast release. So a lot of sports people eat these in the UK, especially a lot of Premier League footballers. You'll see have little packs of these on the side of the touchdown, and in a match, you may see some of these thrown onto the pitch with the Lucozades and things. I do love these. So, Twinkie, I think you're going to get blown away here. So as we can see, lovely sponge, orange jelly, lovely chocolate. These are very popular in this country. Very, very tasty. There's 24 in this box. By the end of today, there'll probably be 1. And that'll just be just for posterity, you know. Just leave it in there, just so the box doesn't feel completely stuffed. This thing, no. You can have that, USA. You can have that. 1-0 to the UK. Nom nom nom. Jaffa Cakes. If you haven't tried these, Americans, buy. Next up, let's go for the real chocolate challenge. In the brown corner, Hershey's. Blue corner, or purple corner, Dairy Milk by Cadbury's. There's a bit of a long-standing debate about the quality of American chocolate, or candy, that it's a bit inferior to British chocolate. However, I do believe Cadbury's have got their own plants in Canada and America, but I still believe the quality is differently blended and substandard to the British one. Not me being biased, that's just opinions and reviews and things I've heard. Famous milk chocolate. Bars are always changing. They've brought out many different variations on this, but rather than go for fruit and nut or caramel or anything like that, I've just gone for plain standard milk chocolate. Very, very, very sickly sweet, but at the same time very addictive, as all chocolate is. Let's give it a go. I'll be honest, I don't really buy a lot of Cadbury's chocolate, and when I do, I tend to go for fruit and nut. However, that is very smooth, and like unlike some chocolate, it doesn't feel like you're going to get the onset of diabetes by having more than one piece. Hershey's bar reminds me a bit of a Wonka bar. Machine, just as the machine print. No golden ticket in here though. I can't really imagine this being much different. It's effectively the same thing. Well, Hershey's. I'm gonna go for one piece in case I die. If I'm honest, not much difference. I'm gonna call that one a draw. Tastes very, very, very similar. Effectively, it is the same sort of product. It is milk chocolate, or creamy milk chocolate. Yeah, I'll call that a draw. There you go, USA. Your chocolate isn't as awful as people say. I never said that. Next, let's go for some M&Ms. Now I've got pretzel and peanut butter. They also had in the shop plain, I think mint and birthday cake flavour. This is like a big American import shop. I've tried birthday cake, and I'll be honest, they taste absolutely disgusting, so I didn't want to try them again. So this time I thought I'd go for pretzel and peanut butter. Two things I love, two things you can't get in this country, yet again, because M&Ms are gits. I absolutely love M&Ms. It's a damn shame that you can only get these by import shops. For the UK, I've gone for Revels and Smarties. Smarties are basically like plain M&Ms. And Revels, it's an assortment of 6 various chocolates. You get a plain minstrel, you get a Malteser, which is a honeycomb ball. A minstrel is a solid chocolate disc, the thinner one in the middle there. And then there's also, I believe, orange, like soft centre, coffee soft centre, raisin, and a toffee. The coffee ones usually aren't very nice, and they're the ones usually people try to dodge. So if you have a big bar in a cinema, for example, they're usually the ones people try to avoid. And already, I'm impressed. The pretzels, these are massive actually. They're very similar to the size and shape of the peanut M&Ms. I'm hoping these are going to be good. I really am. And these are pretzel. Oh, 150 calories per bag. Oh wait, per serving. Well, I'll be honest, for a treat, I'd eat these happily. Oh. Look, I've got a little plate, guys. It's that I'm going to have absolute chocolate everywhere. Oh, lovely. Very good. I think I had to pay something like £1.50 just for that tiny little bag. In contrast, these were like 50p. So it's a shame. However, there you go. I don't know why they don't actually sell these flavoured M&Ms mainstream over, because I think they'd make an absolute killing. These massive ones, these are Maltesers, and these are just honeycomb centres with a light bit of chocolate. These are very low calorie. These are like healthy equivalents of chocolates, but very Mullerish yet again. I was mistaken. It was a large orange centre. The biggest large orange centre I've ever had. Very, very nice. Very yummy. That's one of the 6 anyway. What we're versing isn't... Okay, hopefully this will be Malteser. Oh! Oh, coffee. As you can see, it is a bit like Russian roulette. If you don't like toffee or coffee, for example, probably not the sweets for you. Purely by size, that will be raisin or toffee. Raisin, I like. Well, the coffee one leaves a very strong taste in your mouth. It's very much like cold coffee. Like day-old coffee in a cup. Oh, another coffee. Oh. Come on. Let's get something different. Oh, here we go. Right. Definitely Malteser. There we go. Lovely little honeycomb ball. Light chocolate. Very good. Ah. And this is it's called a minstrel, and it's a disc of pure Galaxy chocolate. And aside from Cadbury's, Galaxy is probably the other second most big seller of plain milk chocolate bars in Britain. These are very good as well. But however, M&M's pretzels, very good. Winners, easily, easily. Get out of here, Revels. Right, next. M&M's peanut butter. We can see Red there with his peanut wavy do. These look absolutely good. Massive fan of Reese's and all the peanut-based chocolate bars. There's a lot of peanut crossovers. I'm skipping one here, but Lion bars. They've had peanut Lion bars before. They've had peanut Kit Kat Chunkies. I believe Kit Kat's in America, where they do like a chunky instead of a 4-finger bar. You just get one. It's got like a lovely smooth peanut centre running through. These aren't as big as the pretzel ones. These are just quite narrow. Oh, they're good. Oh, the trademark sweet peanut butter through the middle. I'm going to stop eating those. I'm just going to finish them off. Very good. Yep, I can see why you look smug with yourself there, fella. Very, very yummy. Oh. And Smarties. Nestle Smarties. Like I said before, very similar to the small plain chocolate M&Ms. But with British Nestle chocolate. Used multiple colours. When I was a lot younger, probably about 15 years or so ago, before E-numbers were in vogue and people really knew much about them, there used to be a blue Smartie. And still is now, but they've changed the compound in it. It used to be the one with all the E numbers in, so if you eat a lot of the blue Smarties, you would get a lot of hyperactive children running around. What else? What L is for baby sheep? Ooh, does anybody know? Does anybody know what could that be? Oh, it's a lamb. Ah, oh, it's not a lampshade. Durr. And what have we got in there? And some little Smarties. These are nice enough little things. These are childhood staples in the UK. I have to admit, after the peanut butter M&Ms, these seem very bland. Admit the chocolate quality is much better, but purely because of the novelty value of actually getting to try something interesting, M&Ms wins that one again. I have to say, M&Ms for me is one of my favourite American sweets. They just, I think the flavours, apart from birthday cake, just so much better. Yeah, another one I've never tried, Baby Ruth. I always thought this was based on a baseball player, but it's not. Apparently, it's some is a granddaughter of some sort of presidential person called Ruth, someone or whatever. And anyway, so I'm not going to go into that story. But these are 4 grams of protein per bar. Thanks for that. Savour the good stuff. I believe this is like a nougat centre running through the middle by Nestle. And let's have a look. These are massive old peanut chunks on the outside. And it's like an absolute beast of a bar. Let's just munch on. Oh. Note to self, book dentist appointment. Oh. Wow, this is so dense. Oh. Could feed like a family of 10 in China. It's it's giving my jaw a working over. It's not a small chocolate bar, but my god. Nougat, peanut butters, thick set chocolate. Tastes actually nice. But it's that's something you'd want on some sort of expedition up a mountain or something. It's it's gummed up my teeth a treat. It's okay. Wouldn't say fairer than that. And I thought this was closely matching it. It's not nougat filled. It's a wafer, but however, it's got a similar sort of crunchy coating. This is cereal bits rather than peanuts though, in a thick set chocolate. And these are Nestle Lion bars. And yep, I've got the cereal, so there's like a little bit of foreshadowing going on here. And like I said earlier on, the peanut Lion bars that come into special edition every now and again, absolutely lovely. Peanut fiend, I have to admit. And been a while since I had a Lion bar as well, to be honest. But saying that, I've hit my chocolate quota for today. And then we can see the wafer in there. Stupid amount of caramel. Little biscuit balls. Thick chocolate coating. That's nice enough. Still giving my teeth a going over, similar to the Baby Ruth, but I think we'd call that a draw as well, to be honest. It's splitting hairs, absolutely splitting hairs. Both crunchy and chewy and thick in your old teeth. I couldn't find anything to compare this to. But this is just something a bit interesting. I don't know if this is done in America or have got an equivalent. If so, please let me know. But this is a Nestle Caramac chocolate bar, and it's white chocolate blended with caramel. So it gives a very unusual taste and flavour. Something my nan and grandpa used to love. So I'm not trying to say it's like an old person's thing, but I think it's just not as hard going as, for example, a massive Lion bar, for example. It's just a humble, straightforward chocolate bar. Very sickly though, very sickly. There we go, Caramac. As you can see as well, very thin, but with good reason. White chocolate and caramel, as you could imagine, it's diabetes waiting to happen. But very lovely. Yeah, it's just a shame I couldn't find anything really to go against that. But if you haven't tried a Caramac, try one. Trust me, lovely. Now this is the one that's got a bit of an interesting story behind it. Moon pies versus wagon wheels. I don't know which one came first. I don't really care. All I know is moon pies has apparently been going since 1917. I believe it's graham crackers. This is a double decker, as you can see, double stuffed. This is just plain. I don't know if these come in different flavours. I couldn't see any different variations upon a thing. I've heard people say about banana and stuff like that, but I don't know if that's just in states, for example. No, this is like a deep south staple, so there we go. But be interested to see what this is. It looks like it's got a very thin layer of chocolate on it, but it does look very uniform and well made. Wagon wheels on contrast. Basically the British version. I think these came out afterwards, however I'm not sure. These used to be absolutely massive when I was a child. It was the size of a small plate. And my uncle lives in Australia, and he tells me they do them still over there as well. But now this is tiny. Do a little comparison. The moon pie is literally, what, 33% bigger, and these wagon wheels used to be twice this size. Now they only come in 6-packs, which is a shame. This is a jammy flavoured one. I was going to get plain, but I thought, well, it's a contrast, something a bit different. And just a plain biscuit, loads of marshmallow, a tiny bit of jam, and what I used to believe used to be a nice amount of chocolate around it. However, this looks barely dipped as well. So looking on pictures, very, very, very similar. So imagine two of these, you've got your moon pie. Let's go. When they say jam, you'd imagine jam. Hardly any jam in there. The thinnest smearing of jam ever. Crunchy, light, biscuit's nice. Could have done with more chocolate, to be honest. I remember having more marshmallow as well. In the age of the recession and food shortages and price hikes, it seems a shame that a lot of things have just seems to have shrunk over the last 10 years, but wagon wheels used to be quite an impressive treat, but that's like gone to a small biscuit now. Moon pie, well, this is more of a gorged version. I'm guessing this is just going to be sugar heavy. Enriched flour, niacin, iron, oh, all the good stuff. Let's open it up. Ugh. Yeah, it's heavy enough. Feels a bit like a hockey puck. Well made. It looks a much darker set chocolate, and it looks very well made. I was expecting this to kind of be lobbed together, considering it's double stuffed. Looks nice enough. Smells really nice. Smells almost. It smells very much of maple syrup. I don't know if this is the graham crackers. I'm not an expert of what these constitute by. The crackers or biscuits, very soft. Like very, very soft. It's got it's kind of like a cross between a waffle and a maple syrup pancake in consistency and flavour. Very surprising, wasn't expecting that. I wouldn't be able to eat a whole one. However, if it was maybe just a half, not double stuffed, I'd quite happily eat that. Sadly, I'd say moon pie wins that one. Wagon wheel was a bit of a letdown there. It was yeah, it just tasted a bit wishy-washy really. Make some space. Let's try some cereal. Now, as I said earlier on, Lucky Charms, been a long time since I had those. When I had those, the Power Rangers were coming out in vogue for the first time. So that says just about everything. So Rita Repulsa and the Red Ranger. back in the day. Lion Bar cereal, never had this, but purely because I was reviewing a Lion Bar as based on the UK one, I thought, why not? We'll kind of do a bit of a mashup. And I know Lucky Charms, you got your marshmallow pieces and a mental amount of sugar, so I thought, why not review them? I've gone for glasses here, purely so we can see what actually we're doing. Lion Bar one should already be open. Kind of Fort Knox packaging. And basically, it's just the constituent parts. We've got some caramel, some chocolate and some cereal, puffed up pieces really, just to give the overall effect. And chocolatey, caramelly, cereally. Energy, over 1700 calories per 100 grams, 7.6 grams of saturated fat. Of fat with 3 that's saturated. Let's have a comparison. Let's have a look. Where are you? Where is it? There we go. Try and get it all in focus together. So as we can see, per 100 grams, wow, so more calories for the Lion Bar, more fat. The only thing is, Lucky Charms has got more sugar, but you would expect that, purely because it's mostly marshmallows, but wow, there you go. So all the bad press Americans get for their cereals being like a sugary mess, ironically, most of them aren't that bad. So as we can see, I mean, I don't really know who would want this as a cereal. I mean, if you look at the picture on the bowl, I mean, it doesn't really look like a cereal. Let's try a few of the pieces here. Well, I mean, it doesn't taste of anything. It just tastes dry. It doesn't taste of chocolate or caramel. It just tastes like cardboard, really. It's very underwhelming. Oh, that's horrible. I couldn't imagine milk offers much more to that, to be honest. Well, try not to knock everything over here. A massive box of cereal. Oh, God. Wow. Now, this is bringing back memories. Here we go. So we've got Lucky here, and we've got a shed load of... let's just tip them in. Here we go. Raining charms everywhere. And what's it say on the back? The rainbow charm allows Lucky to instantly travel from place to place. The hourglass charm gives Lucky the power to control time. Can you guess what these charms are introduced? No, I don't really care. The blue moon charm allows Lucky to become invisible. Can you... Oh my God. I don't believe it had all these twee little messages before. Who cares? So let's eat some. Lucky's hat. Oh. I don't know if it's just memories and reminiscing, but these taste so... They just taste exactly the same. Absolutely lovely. Well, the oat bits, or puffs, they're not so nice. Marshmallows, though, lovely. Just pick the marshmallows out. Well, overall, purely to the marshmallows, Lucky Charms, hand down. Oh, absolutely lovely. I do apologise here, my teeth are kind of caked up with cakes, sugar and crud. I'm hoping to do a delicacy special soon with an epic burger made up of British novelty delicacies. So if I hit enough likes and subscribers, that's going to be next. So remember, on that note, like and subscribe. Until next time, thank you all.